Hello everybody, welcome to That Haul-O-Ween Life. It is currently storming outside. It's thundering, lightning, and is pouring down rain. Mother Nature is currently having a party outside and is definitely giving me the vibes while making my Dollar Tree Halloween haul video for 2026. Now these are the certain items that I definitely wasn't leaving behind. I finally found the set of 4 metal signs. I tried so hard to find these last year. I went into Dollar Tree after Dollar Tree after Dollar Tree, but it's so hard when certain Dollar Trees only have limited stock and they don't carry the dollar plus decor. And it's so weird in my Dollar Trees because I've literally seen some boxes that say dollar plus on the boxes when they're shipped to the one that's right around the corner, but yet they don't get certain items as well that are considered the dollar plus. So I don't know what my Dollar Tree is around the corner. It gets some plus items and then it doesn't get all of them, so it's a little confusing for me. So I looked in probably 6 or 7 Dollar Trees last year in different locations around me, out of my area as well. Ended up empty-handed. Never even saw an empty box of these. Never even saw a trace they existed. I was starting to think, am I living in a different reality? Do these not exist? Is like the internet playing a trick on me because they were that difficult for me to try to track down? And of course, I didn't find any at all. So this year, I felt like it was meant to be. I started my channel this year in June, and then I find them. And I just felt like it was meant to be. I felt like the Halloween gods were blessing me, and they were like, you looked so hard last year. Here you go, Eddie. Have a gander. Have 1, have 2, have 3, buy all 4 if you want. I only bought 1 of each. But also I got something else at the Dollar Tree I thought was amazing and a wonderful find for its price. So after I talk about these, I want to talk about my other finds at the Dollar Tree. Also, the lady helping me, the store manager, super sweet. She was excited that I found these. I told her how hard I looked last year and ended up empty-handed. So she was like, here, take my cart, fill your cart up, put your signs in it, because she had the boxes in it, the empty boxes from when she was stocking, and she was like, I ain't even supposed to put out Halloween yet, but something told me to put them out today because I didn't want them in my back. And I was like, girl, we are on the same wavelength then, because I wasn't supposed to come in here today. We grew up with the die cut. This is what I believe loosely based off of. Now, a lot of those skeletons, they kind of resemble each other from like the 80s and the 90s and things like that. But this one, you can really tell there are some similarities between this design and the die cut I grew up with. And I'm going to put the picture right here of my childhood home and what it looked like. You're going to see that I was surrounded by that honeycomb Halloween, that like cheap decor that was like 75 cents to $1 or $2, depending on how many came in a pack. But you're going to see I grew up in that Halloween honeycomb, the cobweb, and at the very bottom of that picture, you're going to see the die cut that we had growing up. It's a little bit out of frame towards the bottom, but you can definitely see the top portion of the skeleton. And this die cut brings back a lot of memories for me. It's a skeleton in the graveyard petting the black cat. He's got his pumpkin like hovering over his head, and he's just strolling along through the graveyard. This one's very similar. If you look at the eyes between this one and the die cut, you know, they're both looking at the jack-o'-lanterns, depending on how they're positioned. This one's kind of in a squatting position, just like the die cut is. And it looks like, you know, they took the tombstone out so that there wouldn't be, probably for copyright reasons, it wouldn't be too many similarities, but this one is coming out the jack-o'-lantern. And it just hits home. It's so 90s for me. Might remind someone else of the 80s, but for me, this is 90s nostalgic, and that's why I wanted it, and that's why I fell in love with it. Now, they are thin metal. You can bend these back with your fingers if you want to, just to see how flexible the metal is. I had the pick of the litter. There were a few missing, but because of how they're shipped, they're not shipped very well, and those little inserts they're put in, they're like stuffed in styrofoam, and then there's really nothing around them from banging each other. So some had scratches, and some were bent around the arms and the tops of the heads, and some of the ones with the witch hats and the scarecrow hats, they had little bends in them. So if you have the pick of the litter and you're hunting for these, make sure you look at them carefully. You would want to get the ones that are in the best shape, because this one even has a little bit of flaws in it with a little bit of scratches, and there were some that were worse, that were totally bent at the top of the heads and stuff like that. But still, regardless, I wasn't leaving him behind. I loved him too much. So he is my absolute favorite. $7 a piece. Thin metal, about 23 inches in height for all of them, so just shy of 24 inches. So I think I covered everything you need to know in regards of price and their height and their durability, so to speak. So, okay, so now I got the pumpkin out. I had to adjust my lighting since I moved the skeleton. So, something else I wanted to share with you guys. If you love blow molds, Dollar Tree has some really fun ones this year. This one I couldn't pass up, especially for the price point of these blow molds. For $7, you can get a owl or cat, I got the owl, blow mold that is battery operated, takes 3 AA batteries, it lights up, it's sound activated, and it has motion for $7. I feel like you would really have to hate blow molds to pass that up. These are phenomenal. Who knows how long they'll last with them being Dollar Tree, but I wanted to show them for you because I just think they're fantastic. If you saw a previous video of mine where I went to Dollar General and I got the ghost blowing the bubbles, they were $8 a piece. Didn't light up. I had to customize them and add my own light in them. And they weren't battery operated either, so I had to customize those. But here we have it in the on position. Okay, so a little bit of information about this one. It is 12 inches in height, so it's 1 foot. So it's a good height blow mold. It's all in black, so even the little stump it's perched on is black. All the feathers are black. Everything's black except his eyes. They're orange. They're a beautiful bright orange, and they light up red. And the red in the eyes kind of reminds me of those old telcos. This one does not have a quiet mode feature. So that means it's literally on or off. So when it's on, it's going to make noise. And if it looks familiar, and to give you guys an example, I do have the Target blow mold from 2024. This was also released in 2025, so it was in the Target for 2 years, and this is the similar type thing. This is more detailed, it's bigger, but it's battery operated, it's sound activated, it turns its head, and it lights up and makes noises. So it does the exact same thing the $7 blow mold does. This was $25 at Target. So a little bit more pricier, but then again, it's bigger, more detail, and this one has a quiet mode feature. So I'm going to turn it on the quiet mode. So there you see, the head is moving and the eyes are on. And this one has let me make sure I have the on sound. So, yeah, see, sound activated. Now, I'm going to turn this off, and you're going to see it's still moving. So, see how I stopped it, and it continued to turn and face forward. So, I like that option with the gears. It's continuous motion, so that is a great piece. All right, so to cover some of the other items I saw while I was at Dollar Tree, they have a lot of cute things in the $5 to $7 section. So many choices for you guys who have a budget and you love your dollar store decor such as I do. We love dollar store decor here at That Halloween Life. So they have these ghost and pumpkin LED metal signs. They got the little ball lights in them. They're plastic, but they're LED. They were $7. A lot of these items say batteries not included on them. So they're battery operated, but you don't get the batteries for the $7 or $5 price tag. So just when you go in there and you're hunting and you're checking, just double check to make sure what batteries you need for that item. They also had candy bowls that were metal stands that were either pumpkins or skeletons. You can put your treats in there and do your trunk or treats or your trick or treats or your church related things or your school related things. Then they had a blacked out metal haunted house. Again, battery operated, batteries not included. Then they had these 13-inch tiered trays. You had 3 different levels. And you had like skulls, you had black skulls, and then I think it was cobweb. They were $5. That is pretty common. I've seen them pretty regularly, even at my Dollar Tree that does dollar plus and not dollar plus stuff at the same time because I don't know what they are. They tell me they're not a plus, but then they get plus stuff in at times, so I don't know. So next we have the plastic stands. These are just the bodies. They are $5 a piece, and you're supposed to put like a pumpkin on top of them to make it look like their head, or you can put a candy bowl on top of it. Assorted yard stake signs. These are $5 a piece. You have a boo sign, which was really cute. My favorite was the ghost, pumpkin, and candy corn. Then we had an eek with a witch. Again, those were $5. So next up we have solar stake lights that come with eyeballs. They come in a bundle for $7. Then we're going to have the signs. If you're familiar with these, they stand on their own. They have different assortments and designs on them. Just don't put them outside. They absorb water. Then we have the coffin, metal coffins with the skeletons inside them. Then we have the pillow, throws, and plush sections. These all range, of course, again, from $7 to $5. Here's just a little baddie mat. That was $5. Plush cat, black cat. Then we have the spider. Who's so happy. Then we're going to have this purple friendly bat plushie. Then we're moving along to the very friendly looking Frankenstein, and then my favorite, the ghost with the witch hat. Then we have these very fuzzy candy pail buckets. They have the pumpkin, the black cat, very bouncy there, and then we have the purple bat. These are very fuzzy and nice to touch. Then we have the cauldron pillow, the mummy pillow. Then we're going to have your jack-o'-lantern pillow. And then we're moving down to the throws here. These were the $7 blanket throws. Different assortments, different patterns. Here we have the traditional orange and black. This has ghosties with bats and candy on them. So I think for $7, these will move very quickly. We all know blankets are getting more expensive. Then we have the black and white. This is the skull and crossbones with some flower design on it and some white bats. You have black and white themed. And then if you like moon and stars, here's that one. Then we have the other blow mold that Dollar Tree had. This cat kind of meows and screeches a little bit with the glowing eyes. So those do require batteries with purchase. And then here we have some of the other items between $5 and $7. Here is a gander at the shelves. Then we're going to go to the tinsel wreaths, different colors, purple, orange, and black, and white. Then we have the eyeball string lights, icicle lights. These are $7. They also come in the little spiders, the little orange spiders. This reminds me of something of the late 90s, early 2000s. And then we're going to move along to the Whispers of the Soul and Flame. This is the Cauldron's Whispers. These are sound activated. They're supposed to move like they're spellbound books. So I think that will move pretty quickly as well. Then we have the LED fabric garland with the lights built in it. Then we have these little $5 projectors. This is the Witch one. I wonder how well these do and how close they need to be to the wall to show up. And then we have a little dancing ghost flying around. And then we move along to the $5 skeleton LED light sets. And until next time, happy hunting, stay safe, and of course, happy Halloween.